Hi everyone, this is Jenny and this is going to be my last Q&A of this year. I've asked for your questions on Instagram and here on YouTube, so we're going to start right away with the YouTube question. The first one is from Julie and she wants to know, for those of us that need to have a mechanical movement, who do you think makes the toughest watch movements? And this right at the beginning is a question I want to throw back at you all watching this because I'm really not sure, and I've started Googling this for a bit, but it's difficult to nail down this one single solid mechanical watch movement that is going to stand the test of time for forever. I feel that movements like the NH35A from Seiko is great. Then the Rolex movements are pretty amazing too. I want to say like most movements, mechanical movements from the big watchmakers are okay in terms of being solid as long as you service them regularly. I think there's always the situation with the case that really has an impact on it. But let me know what you guys think is the most solid movement out there. I was also thinking about Sinn watches, but then again, it's this combination of movement and case combined, you know? It's a bit of a tricky question. So, wow, look at me being super helpful right from the start. Next question is, are you sometimes afraid that you will damage your watch when doing regular daily activities? If so, do you sometimes refrain from wearing your watch, or do you wear a so-called beta watch? Dude, absolutely. And I'm not afraid or ashamed to admit it. I think it's just common sense. When I know that for a certain day I'm going to help someone move, for example, I'm not going to wear my wedding watch. I don't think it makes any sense. And then you've got these people out there who are like, oh my God, like watches are to be worn, and I totally agree. But in my case, they are worn to a certain extent, or they're meant to be worn to a certain extent. I've got watches that are for very specific activities and other watches for those activities and so on. So yes, I will absolutely not wear my watch if I think I'm going to damage it that day, and I will switch to something more durable like my Casio or my Casio F91W, for example. So yeah, totally doing that. I think that makes sense, right? Okay, Spencer wants to know, hi Jenny, love your channel and have been a subscriber for as long as I can remember. Thank you very much. Where do you see the channel going in a few years from now, and do you ever see yourself expanding outside of watch-related things? Thanks. I did some video scripting about more historical topics in the watch world, but those haven't been obviously published yet. And I'm not sure if I'm going to, because they're obviously still watch related, but they dig deeper into the historical part of it and more so the historic background of some watchmakers, which I find very interesting. And on that note, I just bought myself a gaming PC because I'm currently only using Mac, and I have not been gaming for way too long and I really miss it. It is something I was doing probably 24/7 when I was studying or like going to uni, and I think I want to go back into gaming and, you know, just stream the whole thing. So my Twitch name I think is Jenni. So yeah, I'll put it up on the screen, and if you want to follow me on Twitch and watch me play video games. Right, okay, next one. Hey Jenny, why do we not see anybody really talking about IWC? But do you feel they sit amongst the, I think you meant to say Brent hierarchy? Well, I don't know, if is that really true that people are not talking about IWC as much? In my case, IWC is not that interesting to me personally because I'm not very much into Flieger watches or pilot's watches. The entire aesthetic is not really my thing, and I feel like, and might be very biased of myself, I feel IWC makes very large, like big watches, and it's just not for me anyway, so I cannot wear it. I have to say that I'm a big fan of the Portofino that IWC does. I even think, and hot take, I would say that because they do very much look alike, I want to say IBWC, the IWC Portofino is prettier than the JLC, oh God, what's the equivalent? Oh yeah, right. So if I had to choose between a IWC Portofino and a JLC ultra thin date, I would go for the Portofino. I think it looks better. I've also held both of them, and again, hot take, I think the IWC feels better. Hot take, like I said. And where do I feel they sit amongst the brand hierarchy? I don't think there is such a thing as brand hierarchy. It's very dependable on what you're looking for. That's my take on it, I guess. Next one. Hi, Jenny. If you could be the watch ambassador of one watch brand, what brand would you choose and why? Brand. I think we all know the answer here. And why would I choose Rolex? I mean, I'm a hopeless fangirl. I love Rolex as a brand. I love what they're doing. I think the consistency of the brand is amazing. I love it. And I'm not going to defend myself here because I feel like lately you have to defend yourself for saying that you like Rolex. I think that's bullshit. Let's leave it at that. Next one by Katie. Hi, Katie. Hey, Jenny, what would you give your favorite movie or TV show character if you have a chance of meeting them in real life? Ooh. Gosh, I even have to pick a favorite TV show character or movie. What have I been watching lately? I've been watching a lot of Outlander recently. I've already watched it back then, and I've just been rewatching it again and again. And my favorite character from that show would be Claire. And I mean, she was wearing a watch in the first season and she went through the stones and then she lost it. Those of you who watch Outlander might know what I'm talking about. And it looked very dainty. It looked very Cartier-esque. And I would love to give this character her watch back and have her wear a Cartier tank with a black leather strap. Give it back to her. That's a good question. Thank you very much. All right. What will it take for luxury watch brands to eventually infiltrate Gen Z, who isn't showing signs of caring about the watch market, although I understand it's a bit early for that. Oh, Gen Z, I believe, is everyone born past 2010, no? Oh, like 1997 to 2012? Like born in that years? Right, anyways. What will it take for luxury watch brands to eventually infiltrate them? See, I totally agree with Pete Davidson on this one, because in an episode of Hot Ones, he said that Gen Z people are very active and they feel so much and they're so invested, but they know very little. And I know this sounds very harsh and very judgmental of myself, but I kind of agree. I can totally see how they're so emotionally invested in things and it's like so much activism going on and they want to do something and change the world, but I feel they are missing crucial information because they're so overwhelmed by emotion sometimes. Hot take again. I think watch brands really have to get on TikTok, probably, and they have to really focus on the emotional side of their brand story. And I feel like watch brands in general are really stuck in 2005 if it comes to online marketing for the most part, I have to say. Not everyone, but a lot of them. Yeah, I think they really have to step up their game. They have to get more involved. They have to shake off this image of being old-fashioned and stuck up and conservative, because that's not what Gen Z is all about, I think. Right, Joseph wants to know, what's your take on people who hate on Rolex just because it's mainstream and it's not purely in-house? Where to draw the line on in-house when watch companies mine their own precious metals? Yeah, like I said earlier, it's now such a trend to be against. I feel like I scroll through Facebook, and perhaps I'm in my own bubble in this, and all I see is like, oh my god, I can't believe people are still buying Rolex. I'm like, okay, and now what? Anyways, is it annoying? Yeah, I guess so. Otherwise, I wouldn't be reacting the way I just did. It just feels so pointless, you know, the purely in-house debate where to draw the line. I suppose you have to draw the line somewhere. I mean, I don't mind. I would still call it in-house if parts are sourced from other watchmakers. You just assemble them and put your own spin on it, then it's in-house. I would no longer call it in-house if it's just decorating watch parts. You know, the assembling movement, decorating it and putting it back together. I wouldn't call that in-house. I don't think anyone does that anyways. But that's where I would draw the line here. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Where would you draw the line for calling it an in-house movement? And do you have any specific examples of that? I don't have them, but that would be interesting to know. Right, next one is, what are your top countries you would like to visit post-COVID? Come to Australia. Australia would be one of them for sure. I would also love to visit North America, South America, Japan, Singapore, Taiwan. So many countries. I have not been in a lot of places outside of Europe before. So I want to see all sorts of places. Kev wants to know, would be interested to know if you grew up bilingual or how you speak English so well. Thank you very much. I did not really grow up bilingual. My parents, they both speak Russian because they are from Russia. And I was the first person in my family to be born in Germany. And I've got an older brother, he was born in Russia. And my parents did not want me to grow up with an accent, so they just spoke German to me. And English is what I know from gaming and watching movies and TV shows in English. My brother and I, we used to play video games a lot, and they were all in English, and I loved them. And that's why I had to learn English to understand what was going on. And I think a big part of it is thanks to my big brother for letting me sit beside him and watch him play Fear. That was good times, good times. And Giuseppe wants to know, how's your partner dealing with your passion for watches? Loves them too, or just doesn't understand why one is not enough? Well, Giuseppe, perhaps you don't know, but my husband also has his own watch-related YouTube channel. So we are in this together. No hard feelings. If he buys a new watch, I'm happy. If I'm buying a new watch, he's happy. And we basically just get broke because of watches together. So no problem there at all. I got very lucky in that regard. Ollie or Oli Panda wants to know, Jenni, is cereal soup? I think there's a very clear answer to it. No, because if you want to consider something a soup, it has to be made of broth first. And since milk isn't broth, obviously, cereal is not soup. There we go. Very simple answer. The next one is top 5 on your music playlist right now. There's this very cool feature on Spotify, and I saw Adrian from Barkajek post his 2021 recap of his Spotify playlist, and so I checked out mine, and I will put up a screenshot somewhere here. So number 5 is Violence, the original mix by Grimes. A very good one. Then next one is Sour Candy, that is Lady Gaga and Blackpink. Then we've got Boss Bitch from Doja Cat, Kiss Me More by Doja Cat, and then we've got Montero by Lil Nas X. Yeah, my top artists are Doja Cat as well. There's no surprise here. Ash Nico, very good. Lady Gaga, Grimes, and then Tiny Meat Gang. So yeah, that's it. Next question is, what other content from YouTube do you watch outside the watch world? Pun intended. Very good pun. What do I watch on YouTube besides watch stuff? I watch a lot of documentaries. I like to watch tattoo-related videos right now. Oh, I love watching these commentary videos on social issues a lot. Oh, historic fashion videos. Hot La Mode, I really like to watch. Hot Ones is a great show. Oh, I watch all kinds of things, to be honest. So much stuff on YouTube. Next up is, my husband wants to know if you would leave your husband for... Wait. Your husband wants to know if I would leave my husband for a rainbow Rolex. He likes your videos. Well, tell him I said hi. That's very nice that he likes my videos. And Kai commented on that question saying he wouldn't even be mad. No, I would not leave him for a rainbow Daytona. But yeah, thanks Kai for not being mad about it either way. All right, and we're going to head over to Instagram now for the questions. And the first one from Instagram is, hey Jenni, best of luck for 2022. Thank you to you too. If money was no issue, what watch would you gift your husband? If money wasn't an issue, I would buy Kai I think I'm gonna go for the AP Royal Oak with the skeletonized dial. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for the steel version of this or if he would go... I think there's also rose gold version of it. I think I would go for the solid gold because he's very much into precious metals. I think he would be very happy about this one. I know you for watches, but I do like your fashion sense. What else do you collect? Well, thank you. I used to collect nail polish. I've got so many nail polishes. I've got the most incredible colors and bottles and all that. But since I started filming with watches, I have not been wearing much nail polish because, you know, when you do these handheld shots or something like that, I don't want to see... Because I don't think it's possible to have your nail polish to be on point all the time. So to avoid that kind of look, I just ditched the nail polish altogether. But I've got so many nail polish bottles. And what else do I collect? Black boots. Oh my god, I've got so many black boots. There's no such thing as having enough black boots. I've got so many and they're all so amazing. And whenever I see a very cool pair, I have to have them. In fact, I am wearing really cool boots right now. Is there a way for me to show them? This is gonna be awkward. Perhaps I'm going to cut this part out, but yeah, just so you know, this is an Italian brand owned by three sisters called AGL, and look at these cool boots. I know some of y'all might find them hideous, but that's okay. They are this very cool mix of I think on a website they said something about like a gladiator meets someone who goes mountaineering, and I think it's really great. Let me see. Wow, how cool. Wait, ugh. And I got it like this. Oh, so yeah, black boots and nail polishes basically. What is my favorite dinosaur, dude? Well, dude, my favorite dinosaur is probably the one type of dinosaur that Littlefoot is, or was. How do you call these? I'm going to Google this. I'm going to Google a lot in this Q&A. Apatosaurus. Apatosaurus. Okay. Yeah, this one is my favorite. Important question answered. What do I think of watches that are modded to look like a homage to, for example, a sub? I think it's great. I don't see anything wrong with it. Is there something wrong with it? I think it's cool if you can rebuild something that looks very similar to something very iconic. If you are equipped or skilled enough to do that, I think that's great. Go you. What's the most rewarding thing from starting your YouTube channel? The most rewarding thing, I want to say, it sounds very cliche perhaps if I'm going to say this, but connecting to people. I've gained some very cool new friends from YouTube, and I've spoken to people I thought I was never going to speak to. I've chatted to Federico from Federico Talks Watches. He once even, had this, was it a live Q&A? And I asked a question and he mentioned my name, which was very cool. Chatting to Adrian from Bark and Jack, chatting to Watchfinder, the people at Hodinky, the podcast universe with OT and 10 and 2, and all these people that I'm probably forgetting, which I'm very embarrassed about. So yeah, that was very rewarding, talking to people and making new friends along the way. Basically, very sappy, I know. What watch would you inherit to your children? If I had children, they could have any of my watches. They can have them all, I don't care. There's no like this and that, they can have them all. I mean, if I'm dead, I'm not using them anyway, so I don't care. What are my thoughts on watch protection film? It is very popular in the car world. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Can you wrap your car and have it protected that way? I might have to look into that. I do not mind protection films at all. I think it's a good way to keep your watch looking as nice as possible for as long as possible. I mean, it makes sense and I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah. On that note, how to get over a scratch on your new Rolex. Oof. Man, I feel you. It's awful. And congratulations to anyone who's like, I don't care about scratches in my watch. Good for you. I do. And it hurts. It hurts physically. It hurts emotionally. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, yeah, it sucks. And I like when my watches look brand new. I like that look. I think it looks very cool. How to get over it though? Well, just try your best in the future. Remind yourself that what's happened, happened. And from now on, you're trying to be more careful, I guess. Ooh, from Watch Pepe, pairing a wedding band, a ring, and your watch. Do you care for the same material color or do you mix? Very good question, because I was thinking about that when I chose my wedding watch, basically, because my wedding band is this one and I'm wearing it on my right hand side. I know a lot of people are wearing it on their left hand side, but I don't know if this is cultural, but I know from my family and where I grew up in, we wear our rings on the right hand side because you usually, I mean not anymore, thanks Corona, we say hello by shaking hands and that's usually your right hand. And so you would have your marital status be visible if you greet someone, because it's, right hand, like, oh, you've got a ring, you're married. And so I wasn't really that bothered by the fact that I have a rose gold wedding band and my wedding watch was steel, so silver. But I totally get that question. Right, and oh my god, this is the last one. You guys, if I have not answered your question, I might already answered it in one of my previous Q&A, so make sure to check those out if you have just finished watching this. And let me just say thank you guys so much for sending in all of your questions, for taking the time and just interacting with me here on YouTube or on Instagram. And yeah, overall, thank you guys so much for this incredible year of 2021. It has been such a wild ride, but I am excited to see what next year is going to bring. I am excited for the Rolex reveals. And yeah, thank you guys for the ongoing support and all of your lovely comments and the constructive criticism. It's really helpful. And I'm going to see you in my next video. As always, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And that's it for me. Bye.